We're good? All right. Okay. We now have Lou Wolf on the phone.
Yes. Yes, good afternoon, and thank you very much for doing this event on Indigenous Peoples Day. Unfortunately, it couldn't happen on the day because of the weather. We're doing it today. I'm happy to be on this call representing the magazine that I co-founded in 1978, Covert Action Quarterly, then renamed Covert Action Information Bulletin, and today it is 40 years later, called Covert Action Magazine. You can find it on our website, covertactionmagazine.com. We report on the crimes of the CIA and the intelligence apparatus of the United States. There are at least 17 federal agencies engaging in intelligence activities. And the human costs of these operations are well documented through their entire existence. Of course, the CIA is the head of the pack, as well as the FBI here domestically. But, you know, they ride under the banner of American exceptionalism. Every president in our lifetime has said the magic words, and we've heard it again and again and again. The United States is the greatest nation on the face of the earth. End quote. Well, that leaves out 193 other countries across the globe. And when you look at the history of U.S. imperialism and U.S. intervention, time after time after time, you see the role of U.S. intelligence in engaging in overthrows of governments, of rigging elections, of engaging in torture and widespread repression. But, you know, the cardinal principle in most, if not all, of these interventions is the resources of those countries, the natural resources, which are their resources. They are not America's resources. But that's what justifies, in their minds, the use of these tactics and these vicious programs. I call to your attention the fact that, you know, down through history, the United States has seen fit to engage in these operations in order to justify its existence, the existence of the intelligence community, or as they call it, a community. I call it an apparatus. And let's be clear. The indigenous people of this world do not deserve to be called less than human or to be treated as less than human. But that's what we've done down through history. Obviously, the native people of our country were treated like animals, and in many ways still are, because the Native Americans are on reservations where they have, in many, many cases, if not most all of them, do not have running water, do not have electricity. There is widespread, lack of resources. The fact that there's widespread alcoholism and suicides, that's no accident. That's the way it's done by the United States against our indigenous people. And in order to justify these tactics, the United States has to engage in what I call wholesale repression, wholesale attacks on the indigenous people of the world. We have on our website today a brand new article about Bolivia, the election which is coming up this Sunday, tomorrow, in Bolivia. And it's a rigged election, but you have to read this article to understand what the United States is doing to Bolivia. Bolivia has the largest largest amount of lithium in the world. Lithium is a very key element, but it's one of the many natural resources that the United States sees as order to carry out its widespread program of repression and taking over the world. Likewise, you will see this on our website. A lot of other operations throughout the world right now under Donald Trump, and directed, of course, by somebody he had differences with. His name was Steve Bannon. But Steve Bannon has gone across the world, both in Eastern Europe, as well as Latin America, even into Africa. But did you know that the United States now has bases in 58 African countries under what is called AFRICOM, or the Africa Command of the Pentagon? So once again, it's natural resources that dictate our policies. I urge you all to know that if we don't end this regime of Donald Trump in this election, you must vote. You must vote, and we have to get him out. I am not a great supporter of Joe Biden. However, I understand, and we all must understand, that we must defeat Trump overwhelmingly. He cannot be allowed to say that it was a rigged election. It's a rigged election which he wants to run his way, but he's not going to be allowed to. So I urge all of you to vote on November 3rd and to tell everyone you know to vote. Thank you very much.